again.
Ooh, Tony's got a lot of breakup songs.
Love should have brought you home.
Love should have brought you home.
7 whole days.
Oh, damn. He was gone a whole week. Just be a man about it.
Hold on. I've always want to understand the 7 whole days.
Tony dirty, man.
We broke up, right? Like in general, if I heard from you in 7 days.
And then to make it so bad though, so during that time there is no social media.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you got
there's no cell phone, right? I mean, somebody you got a cell phone, but it's a car phone. It ain't
right, or somebody got a pager.
Maybe
got a pager.
The one that
probably got a pager. So possibly you got a pager. So the reality is, for 7 days, if you don't call me, I have to assume that you're dead, because no way that I can legit go to the police at this point and tell them that you've been missing for longer than 48 hours because
you haven't logged into social media, nothing. So it's not like, oh, he's on Instagram.
I can't see anything that you're doing. I have no idea. I've called, you haven't called me back, right? So the phone just rang.
I've been paging you.
You haven't left no voicemail.
Right. If you have voicemail. Not even voicemail. If you had an
answering machine.
If you had an answer machine. So yeah, you had an answer machine. Maybe I'm getting your answer machine and you ain't called me. I'm checking my messages every day. I got nothing new. I'm sitting at home, can't leave the house because I can't miss the call. And I got nothing. You are legally dead at this point.
She said I could call and report you missing.
He a real ghost.
Gone. You've been missing longer than 48 hours. I have no choice but to assume that you are now deceased.
You ain't got his mama number.
You can't mess with people. Dude's mamas protect the mess out of them. Mamas and sisters. No, baby, I ain't seeing him. He's sitting there right next to her.
What about what's the public announcement, John Doe?
John Doe.
But no, there's 7 whole days though, man. That is a trip. Think about if somebody remade that now, you're probably gonna get murdered, right?
7 days.
And I see you've been on IG.
You can't be missing 7 hours.
I know that you are online. I can see the little green light is up.
I saw you ignore my text, but you posted.
You left me on red. So like, I know that you see that I'm trying to reach you. But then, when I pop up at your job, then it's a problem.
Is that more disrespectful? I think now it's even more disrespectful, like hurting people. Like, you almost have to be forthright with somebody.
Yeah, you do.
Even more.
It's just to that point of like, I know that you're ignoring me. Like you have to say something to me. Right? Like at this point, there's something you have to say. Like, tell me don't call you no more or leave me alone. Whatever it is, say something, but just trying to ignore me and we're still connected on. So just go ahead and block me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just block me so I can't even see that. Like, put me out of my misery. No, just
do you all think that in a situation like that, like if the person that was doing that, they block you, but you don't even know why?
You said what?
Like like in this situation, 7 whole days. Let's convert 7. I like this little segment. Let's convert 7 whole days into 2020.
Man.
Okay.
All right. So in this situation, 3 or 4 days, you didn't call them, you didn't text them. Or this is him or her. This is not gender exclusive. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you done DM'd them.
You hit her up on Facebook, hit up on IG. But you see that she posted or he posted a picture or a Insta story, or that they like somebody else's picture too, because that's when cats get really bad into the stalking game, is when you go to somebody else's profile and see, oh, so you didn't like something in the last 12 hours.
Through the mutual friends.
12 hours ago. So within 12 hours, so you ain't dead. Back to Stacey's thing, you ain't dead.
You're not dead.
And then that person ends up blocking you. What does that, like, is that just the way we are now? Like, we don't want to confront? Is that a non-confrontation?
Just tell me you don't want to fuck with me.
No. I'm saying that person being non-confrontation is deadened. Just fully deadened.
It's non-confrontational, this dick. Look, it's creating the conflict. Right. So obviously there's a problem between us, right? Something happened, something went wrong, whatever the hell it was. But if you decide that you no longer want, like, oh, I don't want to be confrontational, so you'd rather just be an asshole, is what you're saying. Like, you'd rather just do that. Like, I'd rather you just say something, even if it's legit a text message saying, hey, you know what, I'm good, I'm not feeling, whatever it is, give me a sentence. Like, I at least deserve a sentence, right? You would think. At least deserve a sentence. Versus you just completely, or as they call it, ghosting. You just completely just walk, like, do that. Like, no, who does it to somebody?
My thing is, people are ghosting people they've been with like 3 and 4 years and stuff though. Like, I get it, like, you dating, but like, how you ghost somebody you've been with for a grip?
You ghost somebody you living with. You go, y'all half on
He said you ghost somebody you living with.
That's hilarious.
I just wonder if that 7 whole days, how that would sound now though. Like, what would, not a word from you, 7 whole texts. Like, I'm just about through.
You ain't even making it. You ain't making it to 2 days.
Dan, so it's 48 hours.
Now it'll probably be like 2 days with every.
Because the reality is, right, you think about, like, when you're dating somebody, how much you talk to them, right? How often you communicate with them, right? And everyone has different schedules. So it may not be abnormal that today we didn't talk, right? That may not be a big deal. But the next day, okay, I've reached out or whatever, you haven't responded back. So it's going to take me, like, it's not going to take me a long time to notice we haven't spoken, right? And then, like, okay, so day 2, it's like, okay, well, I know we didn't get to talk yesterday, but
what's up?
What's up? Like, not even, again, sometimes people can't talk, like work schedules, whatever, things get busy. But a text,
but that's kind of hard, man, because a text is easy to shoot to a text.
That's what I'm saying, text, right? So, like in my last relationship, right, my schedule was crazy, his schedule was crazy. We were opposite ends of, like, the day, but so we may not be able to talk, but there would be some kind of text message. Or if I sent a text and at that time he wasn't able to respond, at some point I'm getting a response back. Now it may be when it's not convenient for me, but something's I'm gonna get a hey, whatever, right? Just let I know you're a
little something, yeah,
right, something, right? Some kind of wink or something. Let me know.
Emoji or something,
right? What up? Something. I know you're busy. Like, hey, I'm busy. Today's been crazy. Blah, blah, can't talk, but hey, or something. So if there's no response at all, and then, like I said, by day 2, it's like, okay, well, what's going on? Like, day 1, I might let it go. Again, it just depends on y'all dynamic, what y'all got going on. But day 2, okay, what's up? Like, we good? Like, that's where that message is about to come on. We good? You all right over there? You okay? And don't let me see that you posting somewhere. And it's not even about me looking to see it. If we have
if it just pops, if it just pops
like
up.
If we have mutual friends or something, and I'll see so-and-so commented on this post or like this post.
Yep.
Okay. What's up? And you don't want to be that person. It's like, I see you online. Why don't you text me back?
Right.
I see
send the eyes.
Why don't you text me back?
It's real. That's real. That's why it's 40. So it's 2 whole days. The song is 2 whole days now.
2 days, 48 hours.
48 hours.
Right. The one is allowable again, but that's based on however y'all dynamic works.
But I would assume most people dynamic, if you've been kicking it with somebody for a significant period of time, you will figure out a way to get in touch with the person that you kicking with if you care about them that much.
Yeah. And I say now, especially if you've been dating for at least 6 months. 6 months or a year, something like that.
Yeah. You know your person, and you know when shit ain't right. I think even more now you recognize a change more than you probably did before, just because of how there's so many different ways to communicate with each other, really quickly.
Yeah. And that intuition, man, that intuition is real. Like, listen to your intuition. It ain't gonna steer you too much. Right now, I'm saying not just for women, for fellas too. Like that.
I agree. Like yeah, women's intuition, but y'all know when some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone, at the end of the day, we all know when something doesn't make sense, you know good and well when something just doesn't make any sense at all. And you got to trust that something doesn't make sense, and you need to figure out what it is.
Yeah. So you and your grandma going out again? All right. Tell her I said hi.
Like my ex, I could call him and I'd be like, "Hey babe, what you doing?" And he'd be like, "Oh, sitting over here at my mama's house, you know, whatever she cooked." And it's not him just over talk, but that's just how he would talk, right? I'm like, you know, I'm over here at my mama's house, you know, she cooked, blah, 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 and the room, them, everything come over here. But then I call, "Hey babe, what you doing?" "Out."
Oh, so that's different. That's a different thing. That he ain't gonna put on his mama. He don't want his mama to get involved. So that's why.
That's when it's like out. I'm like, okay, out where? I mean, you know, just out and about. Okay. All right.
I got you.
Later. I already know, and it's not, I'm reading too much into something. I know how you talk. I know how you talk.
But I use that out and about too, though. But I use that if I'm literally not nowhere. If I'm just out just in the car, like,
man,
I'm
no location.
Right, but it's like at the same time, though, if I say out and about, like there's a little bit probably more that's going to go with, right? Like out and about, I'm already trying to find something, but whatever it is, right? Like I haven't talked to you today. I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you, Stacey, because back if this was in the 90s or early 2000s, we did just cruise around. I think people have way more destinations now than we did back in the day. Because you just like, man, I'm just gonna ride in the car and see what's going on. I don't think people doing that no more.
And the thing is, so even if you're just riding around, like I'm just riding around. Okay, like what? Like when I'm riding around, like yeah, I was out here, I had to go do this, and now I'm just kind of, you know, something. But again, that's how I know how he talked, right? I know that it wasn't even just him trying to over-explain something to me. I know how he would tell me what he was doing. So when it was those one-word answers, and I couldn't get any more information just by, you